I am late today. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sound Bath Sundays. I just realized that I don't have the Shruti box right here, but Harry's right here. So we're all good. How are you? Let me go ahead and invite a few people over here on Facebook. If I can remember how to do this. Why is this not? Oh, because I haven't gone live. Yeah. I thought I was live, and I'm not. There we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome. See my eyes. I've not slept. It's been a crazy week, but it's been exciting. I am so happy. So many things are going on. Hold on. Let me see. There we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. There we go. All right. Very good. Lovely, lovely, lovely. All right. Let's just do that. Couple more. Fantastic. I am so excited to be here today. Inez, welcome. Oh, my gosh. Thank you for the little hearts. I love them. So it's been an interesting week. Oh, I love you. Is that you, Lauren? Yay, thank you. How's that puppy doing? It's exciting times, right? Have you slept? Because I know when I had Violet, I did not sleep at all. But today's theme literally came about 2 hours ago. Because I was wondering, okay, what do I talk about? There are some days where I really feel like, let me just go on and do a sound bath and channel whatever energies. And if I talk about something great, if I don't, that's fine. And this, to tell you the truth, this space right here is one of my favorite spaces that I've created. Hey, Stacia, welcome. It's one of my favorite spaces that I've created because I feel so free. Free to come looking like this, free to show up, not knowing what I'm going to talk about, without a plan, without an agenda, without any. It's just a space where I come and I share. And, oh, thank you, Inez. Thank you so much. Inez is watching us over here on YouTube. Lovely. So it's one of these spaces where I feel free to just come and share whatever is in my heart in that moment. Good, bad, regular, there's no judgment of myself. There's no judgment of, even when I feel like, I've had times when I felt like I flopped, right? It's like, oh my gosh, I was all over the place. And you know how we go into the self-judgment place. And even then, I am able to be really forgiving of myself. And that has been a new concept for me in the past couple of years. I've really had to learn to and train myself to be in that space of, it's okay just to be you, just to show up however you are and share from your heart. And it's okay. And some people may hate it, some people may love it, but you're not doing it for you. You're not doing it for them. It's just like I'm not doing it for any other reason than for the reason of sharing. I don't know if that resonates with you guys. Have you ever done something that you just do it because you feel like it and because it's fun? And there's no having to justify it or explain yourself to anyone or say, well, anything regarding anything around it. My clip is getting all loose. So because I put it on thick clothing and now it's like, so now it's just like I'm losing it all over the place. I don't know. It comes with a little thing that you hang it. It's for it's a specific word that I can't remember. One of those difficult words in English. But anyway, it's like a little triangle with a little hole so you can thread something and you can hang it, but I haven't figured that part out. It's like whoop, goes right into my cleavage. We'll leave it there, since apparently that's where it wants to be today. Anyway, so I was speaking with a friend earlier, and we were talking about all the lessons that I learned with Violet and throughout our journey together. And it's the first time today when I've been able to actually speak about it without crying and falling apart and feeling badly and judging myself and blaming myself and thinking that everything that went wrong was my fault and I didn't try hard enough, and all the stories that we create in our head. I don't know if you've ever experienced that. I hazard a guess though. And so I was telling her, I really got to go because I'm running late. I literally started working this morning at 5:53 actually. And I thought, I'm going to be ready for 5:55. I was so happy. And so I've been up since 5:55 and I've been dreaming and being in contemplation and getting ready for next Sunday's retreat, which I'm jumping out of my skin with excitement about, because we are going to spend an entire day juicing, receiving clearings and sound healing, emptying our vessel in more ways than one, if you know what I mean, physically, mentally, energetically, and emotionally. So it's going to be a very rich, multisensorial experience. And it is my first time doing this in the online world. Usually these retreats happen live and they're phenomenal. And we prepare all the juices. I develop these incredible recipes with this amazing 5-star chef. If you ever want to follow him, I'll put the link on. He has a channel on YouTube, and he's an amazing chef. And because of this thing that's been going on, his job in Cuba got canceled, and he went back to Cancun, and he started a channel, and he's been doing like 5-star dishes pared down so that anyone can make them. And oh my God, deliciousness. So I'll put Gabriel's link for Instagram down there in the comments later. But anyway, I digress. So we came up with these incredible complex recipes, the way he's like that. And so am I. And together we were like, ooh, what if we do this? Like, one of the juices was made with the, I don't know what it's called, but the cacao. I don't know if you know. I didn't know this until that time, that cacao, the base for chocolate, comes in a pod. And the cacao are the seeds of that pod. But there's a fruit that surrounds the seeds. And that thing, I never remember the name, but it's a white, milky fruit, just like soursop. If you don't know what soursop is, Google it. It's amazing. Soursop, in Spanish, in Mexico, we call it guanábana. Guanábana, Guabana. No, Guanabana. And so guanábana is a white fruit, and it's tart and it's delicious. And this fruit of the cacao has sort of the same quality. And one of the juices was the fruit of the cacao, fresh fruit. And it was just, I've never had anything like that in my life. So when I decided to envision this retreat, I'm like, okay, but I'm going to have people make their own juices. So I literally sat down and pared it down to the most basic thing, because the whole thing about this day is going to be the experience of it. And so anyway, we were talking about what I would speak about today. And she was like, well, why don't you talk about the experiences with Violet? And I'm like, yeah, well, I've been talking about it like every week. I come out and I'm like either bawling, crying, or so upset. I'm like, I don't know. And or the lessons that I've learned and stuff. But then it hit me, because the other day I went live and I get involved in the live, right? And I'm like, right now I'm here, totally present. So I'm here. And then I do not connect. I don't do the logistical part sometimes too well. And I forget to either plug in my phone or charge it beforehand, because I'm not planning it before. So that day I was starting this exercise and all of a sudden we went dark. And so I had to go find my charger, then plug in my phone. By the time my phone started up again, it like 10 or 15 minutes had gone by. So I went back on. I started inviting the people that I knew for sure were on the live. And then one of my peeps said, oh my gosh, I thought it was me. And as I was talking with my other friend this morning about Violet, I was like, I've been blaming myself. And then I thought, oh, don't we all of us do that? And I'd like to ask you, do you guys, like, when things go wrong with tech, let's just take something as immediate, because it's not basic, right? It's very immediate. We've all had to, like, if we weren't already familiar with the tech, which I've been in the online space for years, but I know a lot of my friends had to literally do the shift from being live to actually going online. And so I hear this pattern. People tell me, oh my God, I goofed. This is not working. What am I doing wrong? And yes, that was you, Stacia. And it was like, but then I realized I do that all the time. It's like, if something doesn't go well, I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Oh my God, I goofed. I messed up. I didn't do this. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. I start like I think it's Dr. Paul Sheely that says, oh no, the other guy from the Sedona method, he says, you're shooting all over yourself, right? And I should all over myself. And I start, oh my God, I should have done that. I didn't do that. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And then things keep progressing. And then I realized, oh, well, the internet connection didn't work, or something happened, or the other person didn't do something, or the app interface didn't work, or something happened in between the communication, right? At some point there was a breakdown. However, it's not always my fault. It's not always your fault. But we go into a default of faulting ourselves about, like, yeah, it's all my fault. And I've noticed that it happens so much more with the group of people that I surround myself with, that we've been in the self-development arena for a while. And it's all about radical responsibility. And so, yes, we create our reality, right? But there's other players in our reality. And I don't believe that blaming ourselves for everything that happens is conducive to anything awesome. And it's just the shifting the focus and shifting okay, well, there's a breakdown. It could be me. It could be anybody else. It could be anything else. What else is possible, right? Like an access tool, an access consciousness tool. Well, what else is possible? Or where can I how can I stand for a different possibility? How can I be this? How can I create the space for something magical to happen? And I begin to ask questions, right? And doesn't that feel different? It's like how can this change? And it's not how can I fix it? Because we go into the fix it mode also. It's like, oh, if I broke it, then I have to fix it, right? So what if we were just open to say, oh, I wonder what happened. I wonder how, and even just asking how, I wonder how this will play out. What if we're just, players in the thing and they're just throwing stuff at us to see how we'll react? And we just start asking, oh, I wonder what the outcome of this will be. I wonder what magic is in store, that this had to happen for the magic to actually occur. And doesn't that shift the energy? And as I've been doing that, I'm like, yeah, that feels so much better. But our default is usually, I goofed or I am doing something wrong, even with technology, which is, I don't know. I just feel like technology has a mind of its own. Like even my phone, in the past, like 3 months ago, my phone was literally writing texts of weirdness that I didn't write or dictate or anything, and sending them to people like randomly. And they'd be like, what? And I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I would go into something like that. And it was like, and then I'd look and it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't text that. And if somebody gets a text from me and then I tell them that I didn't write that, I can go into judgment of, they're going to think I'm crazy or they're going to think whatever. And it's like, well, okay, this is just what's going on with my phone, which is like, I put nothing past these intelligent phones these days. So I was like, okay. So today I decided to do a clearing on the default of going into it's all my fault. Because when we go into that, there's also a payoff. And so I invite you to think of next time you go into it, because hopefully it won't happen again. But if it happens after, think of what is the payoff of me blaming myself. Because I believe that it is just the physiology, and it's going to sound a little weird, of our addiction to feeling badly about ourselves taking place. Because when we get into these patterns that have our body feeling a certain way, and you might recognize them more readily now because we've had like 8 or 9 months of training of being in fear. Higher levels, lower levels, higher levels, lower levels. Some days really high, some days really low, some days we don't care anymore, whatever. However, we recognize how that fear expresses itself in our bodies. So where do you feel the fear? Are you feeling your throat shutting down? Inability to express yourself? Are you feeling it in your heart, feeling the pain for yourself and others, the compassion, the angst? Are you feeling it in your power center? How can I be the provider or not the provider? All these things that we've experienced, right? In our root, oh my gosh, loss of control. In our second chakra, right? Creativity or lack of creativity or feeling locked down or jailed or, put in a box, constrained in our physicality and our creativity. So all these things start expressing themselves in a different way and they start coming out. And so we start getting used to feeling this way. And when our bodies start to calm down and not have those hormones running in our bodies, the body sends a signal to the brain, to a thing called a network of neurons called the reticular activating system. And if you've been here before, you've heard me talking about this a lot. The reticular activating system that will go look for situations that will trigger the release of those hormones in our body and keep us feeling that way, because that's what we're used to, not necessarily what is good or feels good for us, but it's what we've been training our bodies to feel. So if we're continuously in low-grade stress, feeling stressed, anxiety, whatever, then we'll find situations that will generate that so that we can still feel that and have that cocktail of hormones running through our bloodstream. So if you want to get deeper with me on that, we have a program that is coming up next year. It's called The Warrior in You, but we're not going to talk about it yet because it's still, we still have a few things that are happening before that even comes to fruition, like our speed reading class happening in January and our incredible retreat next Sunday. So today, what we're going to do is we are going to do a little break in the circuit. We're going to create, we're going to create a short in the automatic circuit that sends you looking for situations to feel stressed, so that you can, we can all connect to that peaceful knowing that we are taken care of, that our supply is met, that we have to have more fun, experience more joy by choice, choose to be happy in the moment, connect to gratitude, and know that God has our back. So I invite you to put your feet flat on the floor, place your palms facing up on your thighs in a receiving position. Make sure your spine is straight, and take a deep inhale through your nose, hold for 1 or 2 counts, and then exhale with a big sigh. Do that 2 or 3 times. Go ahead and take 1 or 2 more cleansing breaths. As you inhale, imagine that breath going straight into that place of tension in your body. Allowing you to just let it all melt away. Stay in that energy. Take another deep breath. Take a deep breath and let it all melt away. Any need, want, desire, or attachment to judgment or blame, we choose in this moment to surrender. Wiggle your toes. Start coming back in and landing. Do a little shake, a little stretch. Thank you. Thank you for the hearts. Wow. All right, my people. I love you so much. And hey, Michelle. Hi, Monica. Stacia, you're welcome so much. I love you. And send some fairy dust my way because I am bound for an adventure. And yeah, I'll keep you posted on that because it could be a funny story when it all gets resolved. Anyway, I love you very much, my people on YouTube. Thank you for being here.